Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So on May 2nd, Venus is going to be conjunct with Neptune, which offers us a chance to experience love at a transcendent level. Now, before we get started though, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you love and lift this channel up, because truly, you make the difference, each and every one of you, and I love you back. So, Venus conjunct with Neptune. Both happen to be in Aries. And so for us Virgos, it creates a powerful synergy, boosting our creativity as well as our romantic idealism. And like I was saying, this conjunction offers us a chance to experience love and connection at a transcendent level. And this really is coming into this. This is where for Virgos, it is all about the Six of Wands. This is all about advancement, significant progress, moving forward. And so Venus previously was in retrograde. It gave us an opportunity to really reflect on past loves, past hurts. Also, too, what wasn't our right match, things where we could have handled the situation better. More importantly, what we truly desire when it comes to our idealistic match. This is now with Venus moving forward and moving forward into Aries, where we are coming forward basically in a synergy and in a balance, finding that symmetry, calling in that harmony when it comes to our relationships. But more importantly, it also speaks a lot to the reciprocity. Now, in the past, or maybe coming in, you could have been dealing with a Leo. Also, too, we see a bit of that Taurian energy here, so it could have those signs. You could also have those placements as well. But this is where you're moving on from past hurts towards achievement, towards, and more importantly, towards respect. And what I see in this is that you're moving forward confidently in love, knowing what really works for you, what's meant to be an ideal match for you. And more importantly, how important boundaries are, right? Respect. And also honoring each other, cherishing each other, being compassionate, allowing each other to be vulnerable, right? And this is basically the start when it comes to love. This is basically an open door for good news moving forward. And so with the Queen of Swords, in reverse, this is where beforehand you could have been dealing with people that were, or relationships that weren't balanced, right? And they weren't necessarily matched to a Virgo in energy. And so there was a lot of pride when it comes to quarrels, that even snobbery where people were holding one above the other, right? There wasn't an equality within the relationship, particularly with a negative influence directed towards the female or the feminine, the divine feminine. That really caused your throat chakra to close. And so with this conjunction between Venus and Neptune, Venus isn't, when it's in Aries, it brings a fiery and adventurous as well as passionate approach to love. And so if you had been closed off before, this is where you're really tearing down that aspect, tearing down those fears, tearing down that pain. More importantly, you're opening the door with a sudden epiphany that leads towards deeper connections and spiritual growth. This also is a time where it represents with the 16, it represents a disruption. And so it's a time to really release those pent-up pains, those pent-up feelings and emotions that have really, again, made you question your intuition in a lot of ways, particularly as it speaks to that third eye. And so as I was saying, Venus, when it's in Aries, not only does it bring an adventurous and passionate and fiery aspect for us, it creates a desire for new experiences as well as making bold moves in romantic areas of interest, romantic areas in our lives. And so again, where if you had been in a loss aspect due to, a loss of something that had been loved, it was a really hard breakup, really, right? This is a new change with the Five of Cups. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. You've gone through that despair. You've gone through the heavy-heartedness. You've taken the time to mourn and grieve, but more importantly, embrace that shadow of turning the wounds into wisdom. And with the heart chakra, it truly speaks to really basically being grateful for all that was, all that is, and all that's meant to come. And it also speaks a lot to that sacral energy, right? The fact that you're learning to use the past as a tool to move yourself forward into the present and to cherish the present in everyday life. And this is where you're opening up a new cycle with experiencing love, transcendent love at that deeper level. And so with Neptune in Aries, it also intensifies our desire for deeper connections, particularly on that spiritual level. And so again, with the Six of Cups, you've had the opportunity with Venus being in retrograde to look back. Now that it's moving forward, now that we're in this conjunction with romantic idealisms and creativity being reignited, Neptune in Aries helps us with really exploring our relationships, our desires at that spiritual level, at that deeper level that brings symmetry, that brings balance and integration, but more importantly has a focus on the strength that comes from reciprocity in all our vulnerabilities, even with that scorpionic energy of the shadow, right? It's the light and the shadow, and really embracing all of it with that harmony when it comes to our relationships. And again, using the past as the wisdom to bring forward into our new love life, right? Into our transcendent love, so that we can really enjoy building relationships, enjoy exploring emotions on a deeper level, being more open to vulnerability so that we can really nurture it, and more importantly, step into that Empress power and step into that manifestation. Now, if you're not in a relationship at this time, if you're single, now is the time where this conjunction really prompts us to call in our idealistic match through introspection and visualization, but most importantly, without expectation. And this is where everything is ready. Unity is going to be the power in your relationships, in your love going forward, in how you experience love. And it's really about that conscious unity of coming together, reciprocity, but also to coming together in spiritual alignment, in creative alignment that leads to constructive aspects as opposed to the towers that were created in the past, the pains that were caused through narrow-mindedness, through spite, overbearing, abusive aspects, negative impacts, particularly when it comes to the feminine energy. And this is where, like I say, you're in a point with this conjunction. Now is the time to manifest, to call in your ideal match, what truly is meant for you. And I will also say, with this conjunction, not only does it allow us to call in our romantic idealism, ignite that creativity, but it also highlights a need for discernment in our relationships. And so where the past, like I say, there was potentially some relationships that were quite negative, and I'll just call a spade a spade. Say you were dealing with relationships that were potentially abusive when it comes to narcissistic behaviors, a lot of love bombing, a lot of grooming aspects that really tore down your boundaries, didn't honor your needs, or even have communication that was constructive and healthy, but instead it was toxic. This is where this conjunction really also allows us, again, to learn and embrace that sacral chakra energy with using the past, the wisdom from the past, as a tool in what we call in and how we use our discernment in relationships going forward. Because this conjunction, too, just as a highlight or as a word of caution, it can also blur the lines of reality and fantasy. And so that's also where it's important as you look at that vulnerability, as you shed light on those shadows, right? This transit can be incredibly romantic and inspiring, but it's important to also be mindful of potential confusions and unrealistic expectations, and to instead rely on that intuition, rely on that wisdom, that discernment to navigate the sometimes hazy waters when it comes to romantic idealism. But this is where, once you open your heart, once you embrace that sacral chakra energy, you can move forward with quick growth, with progress, but also with excitement. And this is where it's fast movement. It really encourages us to explore our dreams, our intuition, as well as our compassion. But more importantly, it also emphasizes the importance of holding those boundaries, of honoring each other in those boundaries, so that we can achieve that connection that transcends through space and time with those quantum entanglements. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart. Share your thoughts in the comments below of how this conjunction relates with you, how you feel that synergy in this as well. Because what I see is you've done a lot of work when it comes to relationships and learning from the past, calling in and manifesting the ideal match that truly is a good match for you, as opposed to someone that chooses you. You know, what comes to mind really is, you know, a very wise woman once told me, there's so many people that, or so many partners that are wrong for you that choose you. It's important in your life to choose the partner that's right for you. This is where you're moving forward without looking back. And again, you've got the eye on the prize when it comes to your ideal match. Who really truly is your ideal partner? And in the partner that you have now, if you are in a relationship, you've got your eye on how your connection is going, where you guys are aligned in that spiritual motivation and that deeper connection. And also, too, in how you come together with passion in your new experiences. And again, we've got the Magician. Everything is ready when it comes to finding balance. You're embracing that Queen of Cups energy. You're standing with that intuition as well as in your empathy. Emotions are your strength at this time, and it's reawakening to that transcendent level that supersedes time and space, but more importantly, supersedes and transcends, rises above any type of pain, any type of past hurts, any type of anger, resentment, loss, burdens that have left you felt entrapped, and instead walk forward in that nurturing energy when it comes to your love, your connections. And how you come to the table with compassion that brings fertility, health, wealth, prosperity to your relationships. I am loving this. I am just saying. And if that resonates, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, because truly your love is what lifts this channel up and makes it and has made it grow the way that it is and the way that it has. And truly, each and every one of you make the difference. And so I'm just saying I love you back, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I will be celebrating you guys during this conjunction as well. Now, before we go, I do just want to pull a few spirit animal totems, see what additional guidance we can gain before I let you go and we walk into this conjunction. Wow, we pulled a lot. Okay, I'll try and make all this fit here within the view. Okay, so first things first, you know, what Spirit really is saying is, I mean, especially the cat, with independence, this is where really honoring those boundaries and coming to the table as the natural healer that you are, utilizing your intuition in your relationships. This is where life supports you in every way. This is where prosperity comes in. This is the time to let go of the past and embrace the change, because opportunities in love, in connections at that transcendent level, are with you and for you in each and every day. And it's creating opportunities for you that bring abundance as well as good fortune. It's waiting for you to open that door and open that heart chakra. And this is also, too, where with the squirrel, you have everything you need. But more importantly, if you were torn down, not honored, taken advantage of in past relationships, know that your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course, but more importantly, this is where having the foresight when it comes to relationships, when it comes to calling in your idealistic match, it's time to make plans for the future. Life will give you all that you need. You are meant to receive, and perseverance, holding love, not letting pain present cynicism in you, or develop trust issues. More importantly, healing from trust issues, knowing that love is the way. This is what helps you shine through that pain. This is what helps you, more importantly, heal from the pain, because no problem can withstand the power of your mind. Good luck will follow you, and it's meant for you. And more importantly, Spirit wants to remind you that you have the wisdom. This is the time to rise with dignity. If you were torn down in the past, know that you are protected in your relationships going forward, in the love that you're meant to experience, in the transcendent love, that deeper connection that allows you to be vulnerable, and more importantly, to trust that you will be supported, that you are protected, that your path, that your harmony is truly meant for you. And again, it speaks to perseverance, both in this. This is where it's like, now is the time to reopen yourself to love if you've been closed off to it. And instead, to again embrace that sacral chakra. Know that learning from the past and learning to use the past as a tool to move yourself forward in your love, in your everyday life connections, in honoring boundaries, in walking forward with exploring your dreams and new experiences, new approaches to love, utilizing your discernment and your intuition, but coming to the table in compassion, in vulnerability, allows you to really walk with wisdom. This is the time to really let your head and your mind reach to the stars when you call in your ideal match. Don't settle for less, because you deserve the best and your ancestors are with you. You have ancient wisdom within you, and love is truly meant for you. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending all of my love and light to each and every one of you guys. I will see you in the next reading. Take care, and happy conjunction with Venus and Neptune.